most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Oh, hi, folks. I'm Bob Show, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together, we're the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Today, we're going to discuss the number one thing to stop tailbone or sit bone pain. Plus, we're doing a giveaway. By the way, if you are new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. And yes, if you go to bobandbrad.com, we're always giving something away. It's a contest. You just give us your email and you can sign up. Just go to the giveaway section. We're going to show you in a minute what we're going to give away. We won't show it yet.
Oh, you're holding out.
I'm holding out, yeah. And you can also find it on Facebook if you go to Bob and Brad. And if you want a short version of us, go to Twitter or Instagram.
There you go.
So we're talking about tailbone and sit bone pain here. So tailbone pain, what we're referring to is coccyx pain. And so you have this little tail, basically. We didn't practice this at all, Mike, did we?
we're going on the fly.
How are we doing now?
There it is.
Okay. Yeah, right there it is. This is a little bone. Quite often it happens from a fall, like when you land on your butt on the ice.
Very
and this
painful.
bone, this little bone, series of bones can get shoved this way, or it can get this way or this way. And it can continue to give you pain for quite a while afterwards, especially because there's a lot of muscles that surround this.
Right. Months.
Yeah, months, if not years. Another possible injury that this would help, this one thing, is if you have sit bone pain. So these are the bones that you feel when you sit down.
Right. Particularly on a hard surface, you'll feel that right there. And that's where your hamstrings attached, by the way.
That's right. And yeah, if you sit on the bleachers, you're going to feel that.
Yeah.
So you could have a high hamstring injury. That will give you pain up here. Also, you can have bursitis. There's a bursa here.
Sure.
Bursa is just a fluid-filled sac that helps the bone, helps the muscle glide over the bone.
Which happen to be highly innervated, so they're a little sensitive when irritated.
So those are three things this is going to help. It may actually help with other things too. But the first thing, the number one thing you want to do to stop tailbone and sit bone pain, what you want to do is stop putting pressure on those areas.
Sure.
Because what happens is you never get used to pain. The humans don't get used to pain. What happens is the nerves actually become more sensitive and they start firing just at will. I mean, so you might not be sitting very long and all of a sudden you're having a lot of pain because your nerves have become hypersensitive.
Right.
So,
it's kind of like that tapping sensation. You keep doing that. It doesn't go away. It drives you crazy.
Right, after a while. So like the dripping water.
Right.
So what we're going to recommend is there's two ways. One, you can not spend any money. You want to show the pillow first, Brad?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
So,
this is the way you can just grab your pillow that you sleep with, fold it over like that so it's a little tight and a little smaller, put it on your chair, and you're actually going to be sitting more on your hamstrings.
Right.
Kind of towards your knees. There we go.
And by doing this, yeah, you remove pressure from those three areas.
Yep.
From the coccyx and also the two bones, the sit bones.
And it actually, you make sure you sit with good posture, and it kind of does promote good posture, so it's not a bad deal.
Why don't you put it over here, Brad? We can show on how you're taking pressure off those areas.
Good idea. All right, here we go.
So just like that.
If these femurs were longer on this,
go this way,
we'd have better. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. So
right there, no pressure.
we had mentioned this in another video, and actually someone said this just saved him on a plane trip.
I remember that.
Yeah, he said I never would have made it without it. So,
yep.
So obviously a better way to do it is actually to get a commercial product, and this is actually what our giveaway is going to be this week.
Oh, finally it comes out.
I thought that this was going to be something that very few people wanted, but we've done giveaways of this in the past, and it was actually very popular. There's a lot of people that are having pain when they sit. And my wife was one of them, and it was not hemorrhoids. She was having high sit bone. I mean, a high hamstring, and she was using this in her car, and we got one for her desk.
Yep.
And she just wouldn't go anywhere without it, especially if she had to sit for a long time.
My wife had to sit. Well, hers was a coccyx, a tailbone pain, and she used one of those blow up donuts for a
Oh,
while,
sure.
but it didn't work so good. This memory foam with this is much better.
Yeah, he's done a good job with this, and it's got like a nice little vinyl surface here,
Mhm.
and it really spreads the forces out well.
Yep.
I thought he did a good job. This guy he's always a real pleasure to work with. He's just such a really nice guy. We don't get paid for this at all,
Yeah.
but he does such a good job. He's always willing to give some of these away. So you just gotta slip it in the chair. I got to point out something here, though. So this is called Ergonomic Innovations. We'll have a link down below. But he had asked me years ago, like, can he use our image? And I thought he was talking about both of our images.
Yeah.
But look at this.
What's going on?
The band is breaking up, guys.
Oh no! Where's me?
Yeah.
He took the good-looking
Yeah,
one
yeah,
instead of me.
No, no, not at all. So
Oh, you got a quote on there?
well, it says something.
No.
Yeah, it just tells some of my
Yeah.
background, but we're gonna have to give him a hard time about that. You're gonna have to get us both on there somehow. So get the band back together.
That's all
But-
right.
All right. What else did I want to make sure? Okay, get things calmed down. We've done a video in the past on how to get rid of sit bone pain. I know the thing I was going to recommend
Sure.
is that if you want to get rid of your tailbone pain, you got to find a pelvic floor therapist,
Right.
a
Right.
pelvic floor physical therapist. Brad and I are not pelvic floor physical therapists.
Right. And probably never will be.
Probably never will. I can be
Uh,
assured of
They're,
that.
they're typically females.
Typically females.
If you get one that specializes in it, there's it's the way to go. You're going to
Yeah.
get a lot
Did
of
you
good
know?
help.
Have you known anyone?
I
mean-
know. Well, I used to work with one
I did too.
in a hospital, but
Yeah.
I think she might be retired by now.
I'm guessing you probably have to go to a larger hospital or
Mhm.
institution. Like
Right,
these two were at St. Mary's, but they used biofeedback and the whole
Yeah,
spiel,
and
and
get-
they were all. I mean, I don't even like to give any advice on it because that's not my area at all,
Right,
and I don't
right.
have any expertise on it. But they can really make a difference. I mean,
Sure.
they can help take away that pain for you. So, but we'll be doing another video on high hamstring injuries. We can help you with that. I have helped people with that.
Yep, so have I. It's one of those. You got to work with it.
You got to
There's-
work with it.
yeah,
That also can be a real bugger sometimes. So,
bugger.
well, bugger. Yeah, I think that's an English term. So,
British.
yeah,
Really?
Mike agrees with me.
All right. How do you spell it?
Buggr.
Like booger, but it's.
Booger is BOOG.
Oh, that's sorry. Well,
What a
we better
discussion.
shut it off.
Yeah, thanks.